Hi there, guys. The Elm Street fanatic is 1428 is here once again to defend a Nightmare on Elm Street film, and this particular installment is Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. As indicated by the title of the film, they were at this point um, they were at this point, just trying to put the franchise to rest because, you know, Part 5 wasn't well loved. I love it. I love all these films so much. But most people don't like Part 5, The Dream Child, so so they were saying we gotta put this to rest, and that's what basically happened with this film. In my opinion, I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. I want it to go on, but I can understand where they're coming from. And plus, since was intended to be the end of the series, we got New Nightmare. And New Nightmare is a brilliant film, and this is a brilliant film. They're both brilliant films in their own goddamn right. I'm sorry about the goddamn part. But they're both brilliant. But Freddy's Dead also came out around the same time as Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, and Jason Goes to Hell is a piece of shit movie. I hate Jason Goes to Hell. And basically, this film is basically the Nightmare on Elm Street film series equivalent to Jason Goes to Hell and Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. And I feel like this film, this film is way better than those two in many aspects. I love Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. I'm not a big fan of the Thorn cult bullshit in that film. I really am not. But for the rest of the film, I'm a fan of Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. As you already know, I'm not a big fan of Jason Goes to Hell. But this one, it didn't disrespect the mythology like those two did with Thorn Cold and Demon Slug Worm or whatever. Halloween ripoff for Jason Goes to Hell. This one is actually different and unique. I really think it is a really unique film. It's my third favorite from the franchise, with obviously the original being at the top spot for myself, and Part 4, The Dream Master, being at the second spot. I really think this film is brilliant. Here's why. Freddy's Dead. I love the way it begins. You get, it has a very distinctive tone to it. I really enjoy the tone of this film. It starts off with, some great, this film is a great time capsule of the 90s, if you ask me. Like, you get to have that text at the beginning, very 90s text at the beginning, and, get that good music. This has a pretty good soundtrack. You got the main music in the beginning, like Dreamlight, I think that is, and then, have La Vida Gada, baby. La Vida Gada, baby, when Spencer's watching television and smoking a little doobage, he's sitting there watching the television and say, "Hey," Freddy says, "Hey, Spence, wanna trip out?" Oh man, this is a brilliant movie. I love it. I love it to death. You got people complain about, it being comical or whatever, but that's one thing about these later Elm Street sequels, is that people complain about them being too comical. Like I mentioned in my in defense video for Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, it always has been a part of the series from day one. In the original one, I consider it to be a little bit dark comedy. Um, Freddy has laughed. He's just a big ball. As the series progressed, progressed, we got a nice little evolution of the character of Freddy. Freddy, it got a nice little evolution. He started off as a very dark and menacing figure, and slowly became but despite being a murderous fucker of children and teenagers and everybody, he was this is so fucking fun to watch. That's the reason why we should appreciate films like New Nightmare and the remake, because they restore the darker elements. We had these little fun films like the real serious tonal shift into comedy happened in part 3. That's when the comedy was a little bit more noticeable. Part 4 is probably I think part 4 is a little bit more more comedic than 5. I think part 4 and Freddy's Dead are the most comedical of the bunch. See, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Just like the brilliance of Part 4 copied the plot structure of the original brilliantly. It starts off about this one group of characters, and the Part 4 was um, about the Dream Warriors, and then switched from them to the Dream Master. And the original was about Tina, and then it switched to Nancy Thompson. And then Freddy's Dead is the only other one that I can think of that copies that very distinctive plot structure, where you had where you had a where we had this John Doe character, which was basically escaped from the dream world. And there's been many theories that he's Jacob from part 5. I would love it if he was Jacob, because I want to see Jacob back. I want to see fucking Alice Johnson back. But since it's unclear, it would be nice if it was Jacob. But whatever, I'm gonna take it as if he's not Jacob. I'm taking this film on face value. So yeah, you have that so much. You have these great characters. You have Tracy. Tracy's a bit of a hard ass, but I like that she's, a likable hard ass. Got Carlos with his his hearing aid, which leads to one of the most one of many pinnacles death wise of the franchise with his ears. Hey Carlos, I got your ear. And I like how that the musical thing of like you have Freddy in the background making a ruckus saying, "Look, focus me," and then you can't hear it, but you can hear everything else. And the way that's tackled. One thing cool about this film is that it brings up Freddy Krueger having a daughter, and Maggie Burrows, or Catherine Krueger, whatever you would like to, whatever your viewer name as. I just I love a lot of the aspects in this film. There's so much to love about Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. The 3D element near the end is pretty cool. It didn't feel as like totally gimmicky like Friday 13th Part 3, where the film as a whole is pretty much the same as all the other Friday the 13th films, where part where Friday 13 Part 3 is pretty much the same as the others. Um, this one, this one here is, you know, not like that. It is, um, it feels like there's more to plot there. It's instead of a generic, you know, like, oh, let's have a killer in a mask bullshit like Friday 13 Part 3. This one has a lot of cool shit to it. You have Maggie, you have all these great characters. And I think that this film explores some ideas, not all, but some ideas that part 3 has with, you know, these group of kids, delinquents gathering together, but I think it might have executed them better. Executed those concepts better. Um, I love this movie. I think the reason why a lot of people, I just don't see why anybody would dislike it. You have a great tone. It's very 90s. It has a very 90s feel to it, and I like that. I like that as a time capsule of sorts. The power plug scene. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about the power plug scene. You forgot the power plug. Um, Man, that's just brilliant. That's some fucking clever shit. I love that. Um, this movie, as you could tell, I fucking love this movie, and I can't really think of a weak spot in it. A weak spot in it. I think that it's a pinnacle of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and I think any fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street films would get a kick out of it. But yeah, but you know me, I love all nine Nightmare on Elm Street films. I think that they're all amazing in their own right. Next in defense video will be the final part is gonna be of Freddy's, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, and yeah. So I shall see you for that soon, and I shall see you for many other videos in the future. And I hope that you like this video, I hope that you comment, and I hope that you subscribe, because we got plenty more Elm Street related videos, because this is my shit. I can't, I love them, and this is a great movie. And oh man, I gotta have one more little thing. The Freddy's fight with Catherine is pretty fucking badass. I like his little confrontation. He's very menacing, but he's still vulnerable a little bit. Um, Still vulnerable a little bit. We got a good montage of the previous films, which is always fucking awesome. It's always awesome to see clips from Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 5, as it is to see clips from Freddy's Dead, New Nightmare, Freddy vs. Jason, and Nightmare on Elm Street remake. It's so fucking awesome. And I love this movie. And I think you should rewatch it. Rewatch it. And, you know, I think that this film is perfect. You need to rewatch it. Maybe drink some coffee. And get some of your family and friends, and enjoy this terrific entry in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. A true pinnacle in my eyes. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Now I'm playing with power.
We're in Twin Peaks here. It's gotta be me and him.
You wanna live? Maggie, watch out! nuts with kids today, huh?
Freddy's dead. The final nightmare.
Great graphics.
They've saved the best for last.